There's one main focus I want to bring up that I think we should all just keep the big picture, you know, in all the crazy shit that's going on. And hi, baby. And the main focus is simple. It's he got in there by nefarious ways in a partnership with a man who has exposed himself to be one of the most evil in on earth. The same person who basically guaranteed the election in partnership with, and this is corroborated by actual communications by the big Russian school with Uncle Vladdy as the principal, through the actual press releases the first day of after his inauguration, so to speak, saying that we got you there. He admitted numerous times that it was fixed. If it weren't fixed, then he wouldn't be the president. He had, all of this is out in the open, so don't CV me or all that other crap. This is all confirmed by Trump himself. But Russia, Musk, all of that. Musk gets into power, gets Doge together, and the first things he does with the power of Doge, with the power to shut stuff down, is go to everywhere that was doing some form of investigation against him and Donald Trump. This is something that was part of the plan in the beginning, in addition to following through on a lot of Uncle Vladdy's plans that he's wanted everyone to do since, since he was there. Anyway, if you put all of those big picture items together, we have the never-ending destruction or attempted destructions of NATO and everyone in it. We have the attempts to throw the imbalance for the trade stuff, to force people to come to the negotiating table, which forces people to have to deal with Trump, which, as we follow the pattern after everything Donald Jackass Trump does, there's some sort of a discovery made of a new Trump resort being built in Syria that magically has decades-long sanctions lifted within 24 hours of that announcement. The big Trump Tower in Dubai, not just the Saudi Arabian $2 billion to Jared Kushner, and not just this big thing right now with Saudi Arabia, but also the $400 million jet from Qatar that somehow he's trying to convince his base is a gift to the United States Air Force while they build two brand new Air Force One jets in the United States with U.S. companies supporting the United States economy, not taking on a liability from another country that they have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars, if not billions of dollars, to retrofit so he can use it for his remaining days in office. Then it goes to the Trump library where he could use it every day for the rest of his pathetic little life. And this is the problem with the Republicans, is Mike Johnson gets out there and he's trying to make a case for this, and he's trying to say that congressional salaries and Senate salaries haven't been moved since blah blah, and judged by inflation and blah blah blah, trying to justify them buying and illegally insider trading stocks on a daily fucking basis. They are trying to justify all of the things that used to piss off Republicans against the Democrats. Remember Nancy Pelosi and all of her stock trading shit? Now it's them. Marjorie Taylor Greene investing $225,000 or whatever it is the day everything, all of his friends, 2.4 billion, 800 million, 900 million, billions. This is what I'm talking about. This is stuff that they were accusing Democrats of for years and years and years. Remember, this is what Obama was doing. This is what Joe Biden was doing. This is what Clinton and Hillary was doing. And all of those accusations, they're doing out in the open. And literally, Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, that is, again, Congress, the division of the government that's basically supposed to not only hold the purse strings nice and tight, but also kind of help with the judicial side of making sure everyone's in line. Congress is the one that votes on the impeachments and all that other stuff. Congress has the final say on a lot of basically law and order sides of the government. So obviously, if they're not doing their jobs, this stuff's just mounting and mounting. And this guy not only comes on in a press conference and justifies insider trading by Republicans in office that were caught. This is the same man that was going after all the Democrats for doing it and saying they should be thrown in jail for doing it and all that. Same exact guy, same fucking guy. And all the people standing behind him were being accused of it back then, and they said as a response, the people accusing should all be. All right. So keep all that in mind. The hypocrisy still goes on every statement they make. So you have all of that going on as they're saying this gift from Qatar, a $400 million airplane for Trump to use for theoretically 2 years, because he's not supposed to, by word of the Constitution, run for a third term, even though he's already selling T-shirts that were made in China saying Trump 2028, and hats and golf shoes and bags and whatever the fuck else. Anyway, the fact of the matter is everything he does has a big transactional element. So when you're forcing every single country, from the country of penguins alone on an island to the country of Mattel, who is defending the price of Barbie, the best-selling doll in history, the country of Mattel, he put 100% tariff on. Fucking Mattel Toys. What was that y'all said about Joe's declining health? And now he was diagnosed with cancer, which is not a good thing. And your response is, oh, so now you were hiding that for how long? What is wrong with you people? Seriously. Forcing people to come to the table under the guise of tariffs, and then every single person you make a deal with, there's magically Trump properties springing up. But Jimmy Carter had to sell his peanut farm, and his brother wasn't even allowed to work at the peanut farm for the new owners because it was too closely connected to the President of the United States. That's what the Emoluments Clause was supposed to do. And you have Mike Johnson justifying that, justifying putting hundreds of millions, if not billions and billions of dollars into retrofitting someone else's technology that could have everything from bugs to everything else in it. He's out there selling that, and the Republicans are starting to just go, I'm not good with this. I said from the beginning, the mistakes he's making are pissing off the most powerful people that put him where he is, one way, shape, or form or another. Those same people who basically squashed all of the investigations that he would have been in jail for. Get that straight. And here's another nugget to add to the whole plate. Elon Musk was in the process of being investigated for randomly shutting off at inopportune times the Wi-Fi over places like Ukraine and Gaza. USAID was running that investigation. You know, when they went in and they took all the software and all the hard drives and all that other stuff, saying how they were going to do this, that's where all the evidence was for the crimes. Sorry, allegedly. How many investigators did Donald Trump fire? How many Department of Justice investigators that worked on his cases? I've done numerous videos about people who were just assigned cases, who were on the job for 10, 20, 30 years. Were just assigned cases, and Trump was one of thousands that they worked on. He went through every single case and went to every single person that worked on every single case and fired them. You looking at the big picture, Republicans? You see it yet? It's not about saving money. 27 people died from tornadoes because people were fired. There was no one watching out. And what's it going to take? Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. This is all catching up to him in a loud way, and he is not going to be able to save himself from his own ego. Stay tight, stand united, shoulder to shoulder, worldwide. We are all in this together. God bless.